Hello everyone, my name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. I react to video game music as a musician myself. Today is a request from Spitfire on Patreon. This is Final Fantasy IX and the song is called Sword of Doubt. That is a great name for a song. Well, I'm doing a series of Final Fantasy songs in my backlog before I play the game, which is basically happening right now as I speak. It'll be right here at twitch.tv, hey Uncle Jesse, and my VODs will be at it will be at YouTube, Jesse's VODs. So this is now my 7th song I hear from the game total. They've all been extremely different from one another, and I can't wait to keep going. Sword of Doubt, Nobuo Uematsu. Let's go. There's a technique I haven't heard in a while. I don't know the feeling this is supposed to give off right now. No percussion. Interesting. Da-da. Those keys sound so menacing. Boom. This is, I don't know what this is. Oh, it's ending? Holy piano. Or organ. I don't know. That was hard to tell. Well, fun fact, this is the first time I see an entirely new image. I've seen those three, but I've never seen that character. So this is totally new. No idea who that is. Doesn't matter. Okay. That one was... Let's not use the word interesting. I've been saying that a bunch today. It is curious. I actually didn't know what to feel. I felt kind of, I kind of mentally have a like 1 through 10 scale when I do these videos. Not all the time, just kind of in general, where it's like 0 would be like, no, don't want to be here. And then 10 would be like all happy and nice. And yeah, something along those lines. This one kept floating between like a 3 like a 6, and I'm kind of just making this up on the fly, but that's just what I have in my head. But it mainly geared towards the lower half. Interesting side notes is that there was no percussion, which of course is there for a reason, and I'm trying to figure out that reason. It's clearly a negative area. I don't think it's a boss. If it was a boss, I feel like it would have percussion. Unless, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm legitimately confused. That gave me so many weird little emotions. I kept thinking of a couple things, which were like vampiric castles, dungeons. So something along those lines, basically Castlevania. So I kept thinking of sort of that. When I hear organs and just dum 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 dum, I think of that. Especially, yeah, just like the chord choices and how long they were ringing out, which was like constant. It has this gloomy, just lingering feel. Like it's just like a very drab, long area. I picture like a long hallway. So, which kind of goes with the whole like castle dungeon thing. Very this one has something that I really like about these kind of songs, where it's like less is more, where I feel like songs like this get really stuck in your head and you remember them for years and years and years because they're so simple. Musically, that was a very simple song. Like whatever instrument you wanted to learn that on, it probably would not take you that very long. It would take you maybe a week, depending on who you are. And for someone like me, probably like half an hour or something. It's so simple. The chords are simple. The melody is simple. The only thing that was kind of, you know, new to the table, which I don't even think I've done on this channel, is that little da-da-da-da-da-da-da. That is very reminiscent of a flamenco technique, which is odd, but that is a chord, how do I say this? That is a strumming pattern called abanico, which is Spanish for fan, because of the way your hands move. It's a triplet, triplet meaning three strokes, and yeah. So it was really odd hearing that, just because it kind of came out of nowhere, but it was adding the, like that was to me like the focal point of the song. Like the song built up into that, and then it went away. So something is revolving around that song, or that part of that song. Like say the intro is a build up, and then some text comes in, and that like this like boom moment type of thing. But overall, I don't really have much. It just kind of confused me. Which I guess is kind of, well, and then plus the title, Sword of Doubt, which is a really cool title, by the way. When I first heard that song name, I was thinking that it would be a boss. But now I don't know. Out of all the songs I've heard in 9 so far, this is not my 7th. I mean, I've been confused, don't get me wrong, but this one is the one where I'm kind of speechless, I guess. It just kept reminding me of different little things. For example, the castle in FFA, Ultimicia's castle. I could definitely hear that there. Maybe that's why I kept thinking of, yeah, that actually, yeah. That sound reminded me a lot of Ultimicia's castle, which is probably why I have that image in my head. But as far as this, it's not too far off, because everything I've been saying so far has been magic, castle, and, Renaissance type of thing. But I really do not know. All I know is that FF9 seems to be a, God, would I call it a black sheep? Well, I'm not, okay, well, I'm speaking to myself here. I'm not speaking to you guys who have already played these games. I'm speaking from someone who's played 2 of the games. To me, it's a black sheep. Out of this will now be the 3rd game I play. God, that's so crazy. Can we just take a moment to think about that for a second? A year ago, I just didn't care about any of these games. I never touched RPG in my life. And now I'm playing my technically 4th Final Fantasy game. God. What happened? Who am I? But overall, again, I'm excited to see where this plays. It's just, I'm sure it's going to hit. I'm positive when it happens, I'm going to be like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. I just have that feeling in my gut. Sword of Doubt. Not much to say, just confused the hell out of me. And very Naboo to me. It sounded very... I don't know. I have no words. Just, it sounded very something. You fill in the blank here. If you were to hear this for the first time without any context, what would you think that sounds like? Because that's the position I'm in right now. But to me, I kept thinking castle or vampires. Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. Thank you, Spitfire, for that, and thanks to all the Final Fantasy fans that watch these videos. Thanks to my Patreon supporters, especially my Platinum ones, Kevin, Patrick, Shadow Maxim, Vanadel, Kalinin, Gardeline, Mushimari, Justin, and Nox. Thanks to you for watching. I will see you in the playthrough right here, and the VODs on Jesse's VODs. Until next time, dudes and dudettes, my name is Jesse. This has been The Auditorium. Late.